What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-host in the building, St. John, better known as Jules.
What's going
Got
on?
Mike G in the building, and of course we got Ceiling Fan Royal in the building at the bottom.
Keep
And
it
we got a
breezy.
and we got a special guest. Auntie Swan is in the building. How's everybody doing? What up, fellas? How you doing,
Wonderful,
Auntie Swan?
fellas. How you doing this evening?
Oh, we doing wonderful. We had an excellent season.
I'm doing well.
Texans. Jules is drunk. There's a lot
What?
going on
I
today.
didn't know Jules Trick.
Oh, Jules, Swan, did you see? Never mind. I ain't gonna bring it up. I was about to bring up that town hall, but
Oh yeah. Okay, but that was the food. That wasn't the liquor.
Swan, if you can eat like that, you can drink like that.
God damn.
Only occasions, not too often. Not too often.
But all in all, man, we all here to celebrate the Houston Texans. This is part 2 of the celebration. Last year we just talked about all that we accomplished. And now we about to go ahead and get into the season grades of the coaches, the front office, the positions, all of that. Shout out to Ruben 713 Houston Sports. They in the building. Shout out Larry Payton in the building. And he said it's the off season and we need to overachieve. Yeah, you damn right we do. But there's some big news that came out. Shit, not even an hour before we
Yes. Yes.
we talked about it. One of the most polarizing people in Texas Twitter is back.
Yes.
Welcome back. God damn it, Bobby.
Welcome back.
Never left.
Bobby Slowick is back in the building after multiple interviews for head coaching positions, was highly sought after. We all thought after Ben Johnson announced he was coming back that the job Bobby Slowick was out the door. Bobby said, you know what? Fuck all that. And the Houston Texans cut the check.
Yeah, they want more money to them.
They got more money. And then not only that, Houston Texans, they don't do things, one thing. They do multiple at a time. We got another heavy hitter. Gerard Johnson is back.
Yes.
Gerard Johnson is back in the building.
Yes.
Gerard Johnson, I think, had everybody more nervous than Bobby Slowick.
Yes.
And Gerard went on, I think, 8 or 9 offensive coordinator interviews.
If it was open, he
If it was
he chose to come. He chose to stay home.
Chose to stay home down the street, man. Down the street. Be home with family. Nothing like family.
Just
and money. And money.
Ain't that what Don Toretto said on Fast and the Furious? Family.
Yeah, 100 times every scene. Family.
Hey, and I like
money
this.
For you too. Don't get me wrong.
Huh?
This is setting up a theme. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, this is setting up a theme for this offseason. We're already rolling out the red carpet and breaking the bank. Well, not breaking the bank, but giving out, raises to Slowick and to Johnson. And that's what we're going to do in free agency. So,
hey, man, I have to say this. I think that we are taking care of our quarterback with these moves. I think that is the number one thing that we can take from this. We are not – I mean, you got guys like Justin Fields who has 3 OCs right now. And the continuity, the unity that they got is going to – hold on.
Continuity.
Continuity.
Say that again, man.
Continuity.
One more time.
Continuity.
Continuity.
There you go.
We about to have a segment. I'm gonna steal it from one of my comedians I follow to hear more. He had a show called Wording is Hard. That's what we're gonna give for Chris.
That's it, baby. The continuity of keeping Gerard and Bobby Slowick, I think, is the big key, is doing it for our quarterback. So I'm happy.
We excited, man.
Very.
Yep.
Hey, all in all, man. Hold on, let me T Real say what up. What's good, my people? Shout out to H-Town Rundown. Keep the hot content coming. Damn,
Well,
Chris, you got me stumbling.
I know this is a Houston thing, but I just want to go out there how unique this coaching cycle was. Unique, yes, unique and strange, and why nobody wants to go to Washington, and why all these other coaches are bailing out. It seems like it's strange that Belichick's still out there and Verbal still out there, and some good coaches out there, but no one wants to go to Washington. And why coaches deciding to come back? Because the ultimate job is to be a head coach in the NFL. But it's been a weird cycle for me.
Hey, if you look at it, go ahead, Swan. My bad.
I would say, do you think what has happened the last few years, and especially this season with Frank Reich? I mean, we did 1 and done 2 years in a row. We watched the Broncos do it. And then most cases you finish a season your first year. And Reich didn't even make the first year. And then he built this so-called all-star roster, and guys left, good situations for the most part to come there with the number 1 overall pick. And if you could get fired 8-9 games into a season, then no job is safe. So you're looking at Washington. Yes, they have new ownership, and their GM is from San Francisco. So you got good pedigree. But is there a sense that I may not see it through, and I can wind up getting fired, where I can wait till maybe next year, where there may be some folks on the hot seat coming into 2024 that may be a better situation? And I'll use Ben Johnson. And I was having a discussion with a few people. Do you think Ben went back because he thinks that possibly Dan Campbell may not make it out of next season if they don't go back, or if he is costing them games? You're winning, and you got to an ACF championship game within 30 years, 34 years, something like that, 33 years. Still, that loss is not sitting well with certain people. So that team is already built. So why not sit back? My stock is still hot, and wait and see what happens, versus just going to a team that you got to build pretty much from the ground up.
Yeah,
but no, that's a good point.
But who built the Lions? Campbell and the GM.
No,
that's right. But the team. But I'm saying is, what does D'Amico say is number 1 as far as building the team? First, trenches. They got the best O-line. You just got to keep building on your defense. You got a solid quarterback. So if that job became available, would you want that one, or would you want the Commanders gig?
Hey, T-Real say they say the job market's so fucked up in America, people turn down head coaching jobs.
That's really good.
Oh shit!
If you got options,
Shanahan, Kubiak coaching tree is hot, and then we got Killer Cal in the building. Killer Cal, he say Swan the really shit said. I agree. The leash is short.
Thank you, Killer Cal.
I disagree. I don't think it's leash short.
Let's break down the hirings and everything like that. Raheem Morris is with Atlanta.
Again.
Surprising.
Second tour.
Second time. Dave Canales is with OC from Tampa Bay is with Carolina. And then you have, let me go down the line. You have Antonio Pierce getting their interim tag removed.
He earned it.
With the Raiders. The Chargers got Jim Harbaugh. I mean, that was
their guy.
Yeah, that was their guy. Gerard Mayo. New England went in-house and got Gerard Mayo, kept him and made him the head coach. One of the youngest head coaches in the league.
Right.
Do they need to trade for Levis now? Or
nah, that ain't who they looking at.
Look, and then we got the Tennessee Titans with Brian Callahan.
Downgrade.
That was a lame duck hire. I don't know what they are trying to accomplish.
Who's a lame duck hire?
Brian Callahan.
Why would you say he's a lame duck hire?
Because he doesn't move the needle.
He's decent, but it's very underwhelming in this coaching cycle.
Murray say I'm Mark Safe from the Gerard Mayo allegation. But now and then, of course, you still got those two positions open with Seattle and Washington.
Right.
Yeah,
I think Dan Quinn or either Aaron Glenn end up with the Washington gig, and Rabel may end up with the Seattle gig.
Who?
Dan Quinn.
No, I heard that part. I'm talking about the Seattle.
Aaron Glenn, because the Commanders flew up and met with both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn today.
Right.
So Ben took his name out of it.
Right.
So I don't know how the interview went or the second interview went with Aaron Glenn.
No disrespect to Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, but they could end up having to settle for Bieniemy.
I think Bieniemy is what Washington is going to end up with, and I think that McDonald from the Ravens is going to be the head coach over there at Seattle.
I can see that.
Oh, yes, also who interviewed with the Commanders as well. I forgot about McDonald.
Yeah, I think McDonald. Anything to hurt our competitors in the AFC, I'm okay with. Do what y'all got to do, especially if y'all going to the other conference.
And I know Pittsburgh got a good OC.
Oh yeah, they got Arthur Smith, so that's gonna be interesting.
Shit, they want Pittsburgh want to run the ball. You damn sure about to run it now.
Well, not really, because he didn't know how to use Bijan. The dude act like he didn't want to run.
They ain't got no Bijan over there.
They got Harrison and Warren.
They got
Warren. Trust me.
They got a whole look. They got two Tyler Algiers over there. That's what they got, which is what he loves.
Exactly what he wants.
Najee's slow as I don't know what.
They got Tyler Algier and Cordell Patterson at running back in Pittsburgh.
Damn.
Murray say I agree. AD get McDonald the hell out of Baltimore. Yeah. Go ahead and move around. But before we jump in, because it's about the time, let's go ahead and jump into the season grades because it's going to be a lot to talk about. But before we do that, y'all go ahead and hit that like button, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on Twitter at the H-Town Rundown. Follow us on YouTube at the H-Town Rundown. And then follow us, of course, on Instagram as well at the H-Town Rundown Podcast. So y'all go ahead and subscribe and follow and do the thing. Hit the little bell so y'all can always be in touch. We got episodes every week, basketball and football, so you're not gonna miss nothing. And then the Astros is coming up soon as well, so y'all ain't gonna miss nothing. But let's hop into it, man. Let's hop into it. This is the Texans season grades, man. We got the good old offensive grades. We got to start with the hot topic. Then we're gonna go to the defensive grades. The Miko Ryan special, and then we're gonna go to the front office with Nick Caserio and the McNairs. Can't forget them. And then of course we'll round it out with our coaching grades and then our overall grades at the end.
So we're starting on offense. So do we start with Devin Singletary or
No, we're gonna start with the easy grade, man. Let's get the easy A's out. The easy A, CJ Stroud at quarterback. That's the easy A. Hell, even goddamn Case Keenum contributes to the A grade.
I give him a B overall. I give him a B overall.
You give the quarterbacks a B?
As a group, yes. Because
we're not doing that.
So you're downgrading because of the few snaps that Davis Mills took, or
and how bad the quarterback room is. Because Case couldn't do anything. He was in there. He barely won the game.
It don't matter. They got the W.
It's not about the W. It's about how the quarterbacks play. And you can tell you that if without CJ, that quarterback room is horrible. So that to me, it's a B. Yeah, as a group, they're a B.
Jules, you could say A minus because CJ is A plus.
Yeah, I give him a B.
Okay.
Didn't our backup quarterbacks go 1-1
against a bad Tennessee team? Clearly,
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
But
hey, ask some Jags how bad that team was.
That Tennessee Case can barely throw the ball 15 yards.
Jules is gonna be contrarian.
Yeah.
Chris, what grade you giving the quarterbacks this year, man? You there, Chris?
Chris ain't there. Let's go. Let's move. Let's move.
Mike G, what do you?
Yeah, clearly we didn't go over that in the pre-show segment. Yeah, it's an A+ based off CJ Stroud. I don't know how much stock we should put into the limited action that Case Keenum and Davis Mills had, but it's an A+ for CJ Stroud. Phenomenal rookie year. Obviously, he's going to win the Rookie of the Year honors. Well deserved. Put us in the playoffs, and very few people had us going to the playoffs. I mean, shoot, what were the betting odds that we'd have the second pick in the draft? How'd that work out? So, CJ Stroud cooking, he's going to be something else in his second season. Yeah, A+.
So, Swan, what grade are you giving the quarterbacks?
I'm giving an A+.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, this is the thing. It's gonna be funny because we're about to go to the next one, and we already know.
Hey, my bad, man. I give it an A+.
You give the quarterbacks an A+.
Yeah, I give it an A+, man. If you can get a higher than an A+, I'd give that like an A+++++. I would give that to him just because CJ has surpassed all of our expectations, like some of you guys already said. I mean, he was facing so much adversity just becoming an NFL starter. As far as him taking the test, people doubting him like myself, other people that was doubting his talents, doubting whether he can lead the team. And he came in here and proved that he was the best quarterback that was drafted. He was probably the best quarterback out of performance this whole year. If he would have played those other 2 games, he would have led the NFL in passing. I think Tua led the league with 4,600 yards passing, and I think CJ had like 3,100. So if he had like 250,
you mean 40? You mean 40?
4,100. 4,100.
No, so you confusing it with that quarterback up in Baltimore.
Yeah, they're running back. They're running back. Huh?
Yeah, the running back.
Running back. But if CJ would have had like 250 yards in both of those games, which we know he would have led the NFL in passing, and they should have and could have gave him the MVP, at least put him in the discussion as MVP. So yeah, I think they get an A+ for quarterbacks.
Hey, and we got A's. My bad. Just hold on. We got A's from Larry and Murray. A+ from Murray. And Larry says CJ was awesome, but I think he can and will improve. I agree. Then shout out Lackville 89 in the building. What up, Lack?
So also give him B for the red zone issues that we have. I don't know if that's coaching or
that's a coaching grade. That ain't
but he still has the ball in his hands.
Okay, but you call him.
And then hold on, Swan. And then some of the bad games he did have. The Carolina game was not very good. There's some games that he didn't look sharp in. So that's why I give him a B. There's factual evidence why I give him a B.
You could have led with that, but you chose to leave with Keenum in the middle.
Juice chose to piss people off.
You know what? This is what it's like when you drink. Please stop drinking.
No, I'm giving you how I truly feel. That's how I feel. I gave me got a B.
So, hey, if this next group get higher than the B, it's a conspiracy. We talking about the running backs, man. We talking about them good old running backs. I'm gonna start with Jules. Jules, what are you giving the running backs this year?
Let's see.
Come on, Jules.
He said a C.
Oh, I thought he said let's see.
No,
like
he said
I was like he was thinking. I was like, hold on, bro.
No, I see.
Murray said a C-.
That's all I have.
Mike G, what you giving the running backs?
You know what? I guess I'll be the Paula Abdul on this segment. I'll give him a B-.
What?
Because Devin Singletary, once he got the opportunities, took over the starting job mid-season. I think he was third in rushing behind Christian McCaffrey and Mostert after like week 11, which those two guys are in the same system. Singletary, he's earned an extension. Dameon Pierce, kickoff specialist, I guess.
What is it?
Dare, thanks for your kicking. But yeah, it's honestly B- is pretty generous. But Singletary did did his thing down the stretch, especially. So,
hey, a lot of these grades in that same range. I'm gonna give a group a C plus. Similar to what Lackville and Larry Payton, and it's all because goddamn Damian Pierce, blind, 3 blind mice, head ass. And Bobby Slowick, that's a notch on his grade too. But Chris, I want to hear from you, and then round it out, Swan. Chris.
Well, until Chris come back, also
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go next, and you do your commentary.
Okay.
C minus. If it wasn't for Damian, I would rate it higher, but I'm sorry. Those first 8 weeks was, oh gosh,
yeah,
running behind the back, running the back of your lineman, and no, mm-mm. And Dare, it wasn't for him kicking the field goal. We don't won that Tampa game, so
that ought to be a boost in the grade. Hell,
Yeah,
that's why they C minus.
Our running backs kick field goals, man.
You understand this? They be D minus if it wasn't.
Hey, how about Andrew Beck? Does he help at all?
Oh,
No,
shit.
he doesn't.
No. He did that
people
kickoff
off?
return.
Want to piss some people off? Bring up Andrew Beck in Texans Twitter. Jesus,
Really?
man, Swan. people were really disgusted with goddamn Andrew Beck, and I was like, what? Why? Jacoby say DP blind as a bat. I hate it for bro.
He got off season work it.
Yeah.
Swan, I knew what to expect when he was doing them damn training videos with no shoes. I knew what time it was.
And when Dare came to the game, you into the snaps, you knew it was already going to be a certain play. He couldn't give you any kind of versatility about what he's going to do. So it was already a third and long. They put Dare in the game because it's going to pass blocking, maybe a draw, but it was already a given where he's going to do. So the whole rollback room as a whole is a C.
Hey, Chris, you there, brother?
Yo, I'm here. What you got, baby?
We talking about running backs.
Running backs. I get a running backs D plus.
Damn.
See, I gave it a C minus.
I mean, it's literally the reason why we lost the game, the playoff game. It's literally the reason why we struggle when we struggle. Is because we cannot run the ball. We cannot take pressure off of CJ's shoulders. A lot of that has to do with the O-line, but most of it is by not having a premier running back. I love what Devin Singletary brought. If he wasn't on this team, it'd be an F minus. Right?
Hey,
and that's true, right?
That's why I gave it a C minus. Like I had to give it. I can't just knock him all the way down to a D because it's like you're totally ignoring what Singletary did, and he got to get some kind of credit.
Well, if you take an F minus from Pierce and Darway, and then you add a C plus with Singletary, it comes to a D.
Quick question. If Dare and Damian Pierce are an F minus, what was Rex Burkhead?
He was like an incomplete.
We're not doing that. No. Why would you go back? Why would you do that?
You just pay your money for no reason.
Hold on, Murray say Damian Pierce was training like he from Uganda.
Yeah, no shoes on. You in Houston, you ain't running your. Oh man, come on, man. That nigga big toe was sticking out.
He already pigeon-toed. Them toes was clicking, boy.
I mean, the thing is, you go get your Saquon Barkley, you go get you Josh Jacobs, you go get you a real deal running back. I like Josh Jacobs personally. You go get you one of these guys, and half the problem is solved. And that's when you'll see the running back grades go up. Devin Singletary, I got to commend him because he literally did what nobody has done here since maybe Lamar Miller. And that was find the little bitty holes that was there, and he exploited them. And he made wine out of water in some aspects because he started in week 9 and he still had like 800. Yeah. What'd you say? He sound like Jesus?
He's Jesus.
He's Jesus.
Shit, if he would have got 1,200 yards rushing, he would have been damn near Jesus.
He would have been, and Jules would have had it right on the money.
Aren't we glad that didn't happen? We didn't have to hear Jules all off season.
I would have liked it. Them Jews would have got something right.
Was it Jesus Christ Najigba?
Yeah, it's Najigba.
And Christ Jesus Stroud.
Yeah, Najigba led the league in drop passes too, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he was up there,
4-yard catches, that's for sure.
Right.
But let's we got a lot to
Running
go.
back.
Yeah.
We still on the first lap. We got 4 more to go. Let's hop on the wide receivers.
Okay, what is that again? What is that?
Wide receivers.
You should have said that's what that word
That
is.
does not say receivers.
Whatever.
Oh,
Boy got eye before the E.
uh-oh.
Was sweepers.
Hey.
Is
All
that
I
receivers?
can say is I didn't
Hold
win
up,
no
hold up.
spelling
Is that what the Aggie education get you?
No,
That's technical difficulties.
I don't spell. I'm not I've never been a speller. So
You're not a test taker like CJ.
I ain't a test
He say no, he know numbers.
Numbers is my thing. You ain't gonna get me wrong with no numbers, but words, yeah. I'll type them out, run them out, yeah. I'll fumble them like never mind. I ain't gonna say that.
Cybers? Okay.
Yeah, receivers, wide receivers, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and others.
Mm-hmm.
What are we giving the wide receiver grades?
B minus.
B plus. Go ahead, Swan.
She
Oh,
said
can
B
y'all hear me?
minus.
Oh,
Yeah, she said B minus.
I said B minus.
Chris.
C minus.
what?
Yeah.
Murray,
Get a C minus when you.
Murray got a B. Jacoby got a B.
I grade on a tough.
I do too.
Hey, Chris. Murray say the rest of the room dragging the grade
Right,
down.
They hyping them
I
grades.
get it. I get it, but I'm saying you had not one guy. You had 2 guys.
One's incomplete though.
Yeah, one is
Tank Dell is incomplete.
No, Dell's not incomplete.
He's incomplete. He didn't finish the season. He incomplete.
He didn't finish.
No, didn't finish.
He didn't finish the test.
But as far as him, he's not incomplete. He is what he is.
But the wide receiver room
more
is
than 300
incomplete.
yards. He's more than a special teamer.
Lagville say a B. LJ Allen say a C plus. Let me say this, man. Everybody for 3 weeks, motherfuckers was hype on Noah Brown. Noah Brown had them 2-3 weeks where he was damn near had all his yards.
Can I change my grade?
Only if it's going up.
It's not.
I was.
No. You cannot change your grade.
I can't go down.
No, you are not going to disrespect.
What did I say? C plus.
He said C plus.
Larry said Nico balled and Tank showed he's a complete wide receiver, but the rest are too slow and too many.
That's what I'm right there with Larry. Like Nico really showed up. Like he really transformed himself into a top-notch wide receiver. I'm not going to call him a top 10, a top 20 wide receiver, a top-notch wide receiver. That's what I'm going to call him.
That's at least top 20, though. Top-notch.
Well, I don't want to give him – I don't know top 20. I got to go down the list.
Most people would. I mean, you get 1,300 yards.
The numbers can be fluctuated by a wonderful quarterback.
Okay, then we could. Okay, so do we go back to the quarterback? We can't.
That's why I gave him an A plus.
Quarterback and his numbers, because you have to have somebody to throw to.
Okay, so do you think the passes that was it the passes that CJ was throwing, or was it Noah Brown?
Oh, I think you're talking about Nico. I'm sorry.
I'm just talking about just in general over what was happening this year. And as far as Nico, that's why I said Nico has transformed himself into a top-notch wide receiver. But now, and I think Tank Dell has shown himself to be a top-notch wide receiver. I don't want to.
Saw what happened to that offense when because I guarantee you, if he's playing in that Baltimore game, it's a different game.
Hey,
Correct.
Killer
But
Cal,
here's the thing
Even
about
outsiders say that.
Killer
But
Cal say Nico AD. You know, I think Nico is an A plus. This nigga.
And times that by infinity, then +1.
Nico.
Yeah.
No, for
Oh,
Killer
for
Cal.
AD.
I
Oh,
Hey,
guess
yeah.
I guess
then
I look at it this way. We have 2 wide receivers. I feel like I personally for me, I
I
can't
agree.
question
yeah.
that. The rest of the room,
Right.
Hey,
That's what brings the grade down.
Brings the grade down.
right. That's
hey,
that's why I gave it a B minus
That's what
because
brought it to a C for me.
hey. Texan fan rehab says C plus. It was only Nico and Tank. Noah had a flash, and that was it.
That's it.
Preston, shout out Preston. He said Nico an A. Although the QB is important, Nico played phenomenal in his role. He transformed himself into a top receiver.
But that's not all the receivers. You
Did
still
he
got
transfer
Xavier
himself, or
Hutchinson,
did
I
CJ
thought,
give him an opportunity
Hey,
to be better?
I know this may sound bad, but fuck it, I'ma say it. You had MD Anderson and Hutchinson out there.
don't say that, bro.
Like,
you had
Don't say
who?
that.
Yeah, what?
John
No,
Metchie.
Lord, we did not.
No.
Don't-
Hey,
No. Let's not do
what was
that.
that? How you say that, AD?
Sims wasn't good.
The words expressed by these people.
Hey, ran a
Hey.
kickoff
The
return.
words expressed by the host do not reflect
Hey.
hey,
The
Organization
beliefs
as a
of
whole.
H-Town Rundown.
DEI.
hey.
Yeah, man. Come
All
on,
of y'all,
man.
all of
Xavier
y'all know
never
what
took-
that initials stand for.
GTH.
Xavier never took the next step. Metchie didn't really
Lord.
shine when he had
Going
opportunities.
to hell.
Sims didn't really show
I
up.
thought Xavier showed flashes.
Flashes.
Not flashes.
No. His thing is
What
rookie.
flash?
A flare.
Like those
Man, he had
sparkles.
one. Hold on.
That's those free sparkles you
Hold
get
on,
at the
hold on.
fireworks
Nah,
show.
fuck
Right.
the
That's what
free
Chris I was thinking
window.
about too.
Hey, Chris.
Oh gosh.
Hey, this
It's like
boy
the
here,
snake.
Hold on. Hutchinson was them little pop rock things that you throw on the
pop
ground and make it
rock.
pop.
Okay,
That's what
still.
that-
With the
that's
sand
what
mixed
that
in
okay.
was.
Pow,
Hold on.
pow.
Right.
Lord, Larry Payne said, Lord forgive AD
I
for
see
the words that
opportunity.
come
I
out his
I
mouth."
see where you can work with that in off season, and then you develop some chemistry. Hey, second season
But we're not.
and offense.
But we're not judging on what they're going to. We're judging on what we did.
What they actually did.
did.
That's it.
Hey,
One, he was used a lot, and that goes back to the coaching thing. How did you scheme these
So if
guys?
you gave him a grade by itself, Swan, what would it be?
incomplete.
For
Hey.
Hutchinson?
Hey, LJ Allen say the house will be donating $50 to the MD Anderson Foundation after the show.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
All right, let's go. We're going to tie this
Okay,
next.
that's just nasty.
I mean,
We'll
this,
go
yeah,
Hey,
this is a B plus. I don't know why there's so much hate. You
I
know,
give it B minus. You got
Hey.
two.
yeah. No, I wasn't referring to you, Swan. I was referring to the others on this panel.
Tight end. You said tight end?
tied in.
Oh Lord.
so hold on, because I ain't even get my damn grade. I know you trying
Because you always throwing shots at a sick man.
You already said
don't get no game.
You already called the
Hey.
man a hospital. Shit.
the lead center of the world.
Hey,
Jeez.
Texas fan and Rio said, I can't believe with the way CJ throws the rock that Xavier and Mitchie didn't do so much more.
Okay, so
Right.
how many? Okay, so Texas fan in rehab. Can you tell me how many passes were thrown to them? And I'm putting part of that on a chunk of it on Bobby because I want to know.
Put some of it on them niggas not being able to get open.
Murray got to be
Right, but I'm saying they're scheming to get them open.
Some
Just
games they was the only receivers out there.
and they still didn't catch a pass. It was one game.
One game we only had Nico.
Hutchinson was the only receivers, and Mitchie caught one pass.
Hey, they give you a grade so we can move on.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. Hey, it's a lot of incompletes after Nico and goddamn
Tank.
And Tank Dell.
The rest is incomplete.
The rest don't even need to come back next year. Put it
So-
like that. Can I
What's
say
the
that?
grade? What's the
But-
grade?
No, I got
Hey.
Xavier Mitchell coming back. They
Just
deserve to come back.
Just for
and
training camp.
That's what I'm saying. They deserve to come in camp and play it out.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
Get an
replacing them.
opportunity.
They're gonna be there, but
They're not gonna be.
let's move on.
they're not gonna make-
We'll go on the diatribe and we'll
We'll see.
They're gonna
with
make.
Mechie.
They're gonna make the
Okay.
roster next year. I'm telling you
No,
right
they're
now.
not.
Yeah,
I
I
doubt
bet
it.
they do.
I bet 50 on
Mechie
it.
will.
I
I don't
got
know
50 on
about
it.
hold
Both
on,
of them.
Jules. Hold on. Let's get the bid down. Let's get the bid down right. Now you saying both of them won't be there or one won't be
I
there?
say both people gonna be on the roster next year.
On the roster, we
You
talking
said
about the
on the
53.
roster or off the roster?
On the roster.
You talking about the 53?
53.
53.
And
The-
Chris,
the
you
one-
saying, and Chris, are you saying that one will be off the roster or both will be off the roster?
I'm saying at least one, but I'm pretty much sure. I mean, if it was me, neither one of them would be on the roster.
No, we talking about
Not
how
you.
D'Amico
They
and them
could
are gonna
go-
do it.
Okay, let me say this: they should both be on the practice squad.
Okay, but they're not gonna be. They're gonna be on the roster.
Okay,
This-
if we're going what I think D'Amico will do, I think they make the 53.
Right.
Hold on.
No way.
And the
I
rehab
think, and the reason why I said it, I think you will have a free agent, and I think you'll draft a guy, but those two will give you 6.
So how many receivers? 6 receivers.
Mhm.
Six.
Swan, Texas fan of rehab responded. He said, I'm saying if Nico got injured in the later part of the season, it was gonna be Dalton, Brevin, and Beck killing them.
But who hold on. What? Nobody said nothing about Robert Woods.
Oh no,
That's-
he can go.
That's the reason for that.
Yeah, he can go.
Everybody told, oh, he gone.
Yeah, he can go.
So
Hashtag.
he gone. So are
He
we
gone.
keeping Hutchinson just because we drafted him?
Correct.
But yeah, but he's younger. I think if I'm gonna take a chance on a
And
guy, I'm
he's
taking a
younger.
chance on a guy just drafting the 7th round to see if they got potential.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
but-
agree. I seen a little bit of potential out of him.
And
A little
Mechie
bit.
Just a little bit.
And Mechie gonna go another
But
year.
Mechie,
Should get another year.
Mechie
This
get
is
another
his
year.
first full year that he'll go in, not rehabbing, not coming off of cancer
Oh, damn.
treatment. But
are we trying to win a Super Bowl?
AD.
Unless
No,
he
no,
wants-
Maybe go
Are we trying to win a
on
Super
this.
Bowl or are we making a wish
no,
foundation?
what I'm
I'm
saying
sorry.
is,
Look, I ain't saying nothing else, man.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say I'm
okay.
gonna tell you my logic. My logic is that this. You know how he feels about people with cancer on this team.
Who?
Who?
The owners.
Oh, Cal and them.
I don't think they would
That's
still
true,
be on
too.
there
There's a-
if D'Amico
there's a
doesn't
history there.
believe that they can actually contribute.
He don't have
No.
cancer no more.
Hey, Texan fan of rehab. I'm not gonna go down that road because
That's
that's
not.
all.
Well, he wants. Apparently, he wants in the competition too.
Who?
Hey,
Who
no.
wants the competition?
Hey,
And
He
that's what I
would
said.
run
You
them
draft a
battle,
rookie,
but-
you start a free agent.
yeah, Texas
I got-
fan of rehab. Neither
I
one
got
should
50
be
on it.
season. Draft a rookie, grab a free agent, let them.
I'm drafting 2 rookies.
Hey, let's get the tight ends. Man.
Okay.
All right.
It ain't but really one
Oh,
person
Lord.
to talk about with tight ends. I mean, unless you want to just count Brevin Jordan with them.
I like
But
Brevin
what about
Jordan.
TQ?
Yeah.
We can move on from him.
Yeah, he needs to go home.
They was
So what
hyped
y'all-
on TQ.
so what y'all
You
got-
can't have that body size and stay in the tub
So what's your grade, Swan, for tight
for
end?
tight ends.
The whole group.
Old group, I would give it a C minus.
hmm
And
Mike?
by the way, I would like to bring Schultz back on a reasonable deal, but
Define
I mean,
reasonable.
I might say C plus. I take that back. C plus. Because
Define
Brevin Jordan came along towards the end of the season and made contributions. So
define reasonable, Miss Swan.
See, too many drops.
30 million.
huh?
Whoa.
How much?
Three-
What
3
you
years.
say?
Sound like the other Mike.
Y'all took that way too literally.
Oh,
No, hey, Larry Payne.
7 million maybe.
Yeah.
That's
Larry
less.
Payne
That's
say C
how much
minus
did we? How much we gave him this year?
8
7.
million.
No, we
Eight.
gave him 7.
Yeah.
7.
But he
We
made
gave
10.
Nah,
Yeah, he got paid 10. Well, he didn't get the full. Let's get it straight. He didn't get the full 10 because he didn't meet all his incentives.
he missed
But
about.
Yeah, he missed it, and so I think he got maybe like 9 million. But his
I'll go
base,
8.5.
I'd do a similar deal.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
$6 million, $7 million deal.
Larry Payne-
I'd still do 7, 8 with the possibility of getting up to, 10, maybe 11 with incentives.
He don't block enough for me to
Yeah.
give 8.
Larry-
But I can
speaking
get
of-
another guy that
speaking
can
of
block. That wasn't what
So what's
bothered
your-
me. The blocking.
blocking,
What bothered me was the
look,
drops, and it wasn't because he has bad hands. It was like,
hey,
dude, your concentration at times.
Larry Payne said it perfectly. He giving him a C minus, too many drops and missed blocks. Maybe Brevin can take Beck's role.
You could turn Brevin into more of the Debo role. That's what I would like to see. He's not
Um,
Debo, but I would put him more so.
Murray say I got B minus because we came a long way from Pharaoh Brown and Jordan Akins. All
Yeah.
pro,
No,
all pro Pharaoh.
So Chris,
we,
what's your
Oh.
we
grade?
came a long way.
My
but
grade-
if you look at what Schultz could have done, he started the season off slow. So that's why I gave it a C minus C plus, because he started off slow.
I would give that group a D minus. I would give that complete group. We're talking about 3 guys now.
4 guys.
Was it
4?
Beck
is included in that, y'all.
Beck is a fullback.
He's more of a fullback.
He's a
Beck
fullback.
was an H-back.
He's really an H-back is what he is.
He played, and just the reason why Beck goes into the tight end group.
Okay. So
hold on. Let me say why he goes into the tight end group, because Beck lined up at tight end 80% more than he did at fullback.
And then they signed a free agent off somebody's roster and signed him to another tight end. So
that one guy. Okay, right. So as a group, I start off giving them a D minus, but because of and since y'all said he was a tight end, because of the return by Beck on the 80-yard kickoff return,
which he wasn't a tight end at the time. Go ahead.
Because of the 2 or 3 long touchdowns that was very surprising and refreshing by Brevin Jordan, which I really think needs to come back next year, and because of the saved catch against Tennessee that kind of saved Case Keenum's ass there on the goal line, I moved them up to a C plus.
Okay.
What's up, Mike? What you got?
So I got a C minus for the group overall. Brevin Jordan, S1 pointed out, kind of impressed down the stretch. Dalton Schultz, his blocking for the most part was dog shit, but he had solid hands overall. I mean, there were a few bad drops, but he was a sure-handed, pass catcher. And look, rookie tight ends, more than any position in the league, face a very challenging transition from college to pro. So you have to take that into account when we do inevitably draft another tight end, probably in the 3rd round, because that's what we do as a franchise. So we'll need to start looking up those 3rd round tight ends, because that's what we do. But I thought Schultz as a pass catcher was pretty solid, unspectacular. There's no Travis Kelce, but he did pretty well. It was a valuable asset for CJ Stroud, because we had some injuries there at receivers. So when we needed Schultz to step up, he often did. QT, he's not going to be back, so it doesn't really matter. Andrew Beck might be. We're definitely going to get maybe 1 or 2 more tight ends. I think Brevin will be back, so I'm sorry, Bishop, but that all-white tight end vision probably not happening for you. But, I think we did pretty okay at tight end, so I'll give him a C minus.
Oh, well, for me, I give him a D plus.
Hey, so just some fan grades. You got Lackville with a C plus and Texas Fan and Rehab with a C plus. You said a D plus.
A D plus.
I'm gonna split the pig. I got him at a C.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Moving on. The most hot. I mean, Lord,
hey, we got to pick up the pace now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we about to. Defense is gonna go real fast. Offensive line. Jesus.
I'll go first.
You got a certain portion of Texas that's where our offensive line was dog doo-doo.
I give him B minus.
Oh yeah.
I'll go first. I say incomplete.
Okay, incomplete.
Incomplete.
Wow,
No, B minus.
That's a cop out.
Yeah, that's a fun.
I'm sorry, you don't get to your 3rd, 4th string, put them off the practice squad, and all of that. Now, we want to talk individually about certain players and grade them. Yeah, but overall, to do what we did to start the season off with and never played with the starting lineup that we thought we were going into the season with.
How many snaps did they have, Swan?
Huh?
How many snaps did they play together, Swan?
No.
Zero. Incomplete.
Right, but I'm saying it's based on what you did. Like I said, on the outside,
that's a cop
many
out.
Folks praised us because you lose your starters. You're already like, oh my gosh. You get down to losing your 2nd string guys. Okay, you just basically, you get down to 3rd. Then you get to 4th. We're on our 4th center? Dean is the 4th.
4th center. Really 5th if you want to be.
Shaq Mason, the only one that played all year. his position.
Shaq that never is the only starter
That played
that played the whole season, never missed a game, and played in his position the whole season.
It's a wonder we didn't make him play left tackle.
Hey, we was getting that shit.
Yeah.
No wonder why Caserio paid him ahead of time.
So, Mike, what's your grade, Mike?
B-, I guess. I mean, Tunsil did his thing. Obviously, the injuries and continuity is so important in the trenches along the offensive line. Where if you can have one guy go down, it can wreck things. If you're not, if you don't have a versatile unit, and obviously we try to make Titus Howard play 13 different positions. That didn't work out too well. Hopefully we can bring him back at right tackle. I don't know what's going on over there, Chris, but
yeah, I'm gonna say this. I'm like, Chris, whatever y'all doing over there, y'all may want to turn the camera.
Somebody breaking in, man. Somebody breaking in and dropping our Wingstop.
I thought Shaq Mason did a solid job. Obviously, he was the one guy that stayed healthy. Dieter, you don't have to come back.
Lord, no.
Scruggs, I'll issue an apology. So we were on a live space during the draft.
You did.
When the Giants traded up and took JMS, I almost threw my phone. Then when I saw, oh my God, we traded up, we took Scruggs. I'm like, we took Scruggs.
I think me and you was on the phone together, some kind of way on there together.
And I did have him going to the Texans at one point in a mock draft, but you know, I had no idea we would take him in the second round. He did well overall. Yes, I did. Thank you for remembering, Murray. But Scruggs did his thing. Hopefully we can bring him back at center. I think that's his best and most natural. But he did his thing at guard as well. Hopefully Titus comes back healthy. You know, we get that thing done.
Let me
forget about Patterson.
Hold on. Let me break it down. Let me break the line down, okay?
All right.
So we ended the year with Laramie Tunsil as our left tackle. Perfect. Right. We had Drew Scruggs playing left guard, and he was drafted to be our center because we had lost 3 guards to injury before. So Juice technically was the 4th guard. Then you go to center Dieter. Quisenberry came in as the starter. He got hurt. Then Juice was supposed to be the starter. Then he got hurt. Then Patterson was started. He got hurt. So we're down our 4th string center. Shaq Mason played the whole season, like I just said before. Perfect. Then you go to right tackle. We on the backup right tackle in George Fant. And so you know 3/5 of your line were injured.
And crazy about that, when George Fant wasn't hurt, he got replaced by Charlie Heck, and then they went back.
I was gonna say we forgot that.
And they went back to Fant.
So all in all,
hold on, wait a minute. We forgot Kendrick Green.
Yeah, I talked about it.
What is it, Judge Jones?
That's why I say that Scruggs was the 4th guard because you had Kenyon Green, Kendrick Green, and Josh Jones that were all supposed to be your left guard, and they all got hurt. So, all in all, with all that being said, because there's people on this on the X-verse, I need to get away from saying Twitter, on the X-verse that are out there just saying we got to get an offensive lineman at 23. And it's baffling my mind when
because Bucky Brooks put out his mock draft. He said we was taking a tackle.
Man,
but he ain't the only one.
No. I'm saying I saw some other folks that said that. I'm like,
so okay. This is the thing. When you spend 2 first-round picks on Tunsil, when you spend a first-round pick on Kenyon Green, when you spend a first-round pick on Titus Howard, when you spend a 2nd-round pick on Juice Scruggs, when you spend a 5th-round pick on Kendrick Green, a 6th-round pick on Kendrick Green, when you spend a 5th-round pick on Josh Jones, when you spend a 5th-round pick to trade for Shaq Mason, you know,
then you paid him.
Then you spend a 4th round pick on Charlie Heck. and then you spend another 6th-round pick on Jared Patterson, and the list goes on and on and on. You would look like a fool to waste your resources, as much resources you put into this offensive line, to go and draft another offensive lineman. Then more than likely, if everybody's healthy on your offensive line, is not going to play.
Correct.
That's why I give him incomplete.
And that's why I call that a cop-out, Jules.
Well, okay. I ain't asked.
Okay, so let me ask this way.
Hold on.
I ain't getting my grade. My grade.
But I'm saying this is incomplete.
My grade is a B.
Yet,
I know. Let me say it. My grade is a B+, and you can go. Go, Chris. That's all I want to say.
I thought you had some other.
No, I just wanted to say I already gave my spiel. I just wanted to give my grade because I didn't get to land it.
I think what Jules said was a complete cop out, and I give him an incomplete too. I'm with you right there, hand in hand, Jules.
How can you go against somebody as a cop out? You gonna do the same thing?
So let me ask this question.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
Okay, hold up. So I got a question, Jules.
It's a complete fucking cop out, man. Come on, man.
Jules, so question.
And here's why it's incomplete. Y'all already said it. They went through so many so many players on that line that you can't really grade them out because none of them played together long enough to grade them out. If they were sitting there and they played together for 5, 6, 7 games in a row, got hurt 2 games and then came back together and played again, and they still looking. And on top of that, as much as we want to say when they was incomplete at the beginning of the year, they didn't give up a sack for like 5 games. Mm-hmm. Also, when they was incomplete in the mid part of the year and towards the end, when Devin Singletary got in there and ran the ball, they gave him 900 yards. Mm-hmm. So this offensive line, whether they were beat up, injured, was out of place and playing out of position, you got to give them incomplete because we don't know how good they could have been if they was all there together.
And let me say this too, man. I'm gonna keep saying it. Don't let one game deter you or make a drastic judgment on what this offensive line accomplished this year.
That's right.
This offense, with all of the moving parts and everything that was going on with this offensive line, just what Chris said, you had Singletary rushing for 900-something yards or 800, 900 yards. CJ Stroud, even though he got sacked a lot earlier, it was a stretch of games where he didn't get touched. Mm-hmm. So all in all, that's why I'm giving a B+. And you can't overreact to the damn Baltimore Ravens, who at the time, they still had one hell of a defense, man.
Here's another thing too. Sure, false starts are bad. Tunsil needs to clear them up. But I tell you what, man, he can give me a false start per game. There's 16 false starts, 17 false starts in a year. You can give me 17 false starts as long as you're protecting my quarterback.
Thank you. Like I said, I told somebody that as long as it's blindside, he never has to worry about that.
I'm good.
Care.
Right.
Dude locked up Myles Garrett.
Locked him up.
So
threw away the key.
Hey, want to see me piss some people off? No, let me stop. But all in, hey, let me say this. We've been going about an hour now, and we just on offense. We about to do some speed round on this defense.
It's gonna get nasty.
It's gonna be real fast because.
Hey, but all the Texas fans, if you're at home, man, hit like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah,
it's at the screen, man. Subscribe, man. Join us on a weekly basis. On top of that, what are y'all grades? What are your grades for each one of these people, man? Because
drop them in the chat.
Y'all sit back and watch this shit just like we do, and I know you got your own opinions on it. Never feel embarrassed to come up when we have spaces and express your thoughts, man. That's how we share with each other.
For sure. Hey, I totally agree 1,000%, Chris. Mm-hmm. Let's get down to it, man. Defensive line.
Here we go.
Defensive line.
B+.
What grade? You giving them a B+1?
Mm-hmm. We went from the bottom of the league
to the middle of the league.
Hello. Actually, for run, I'm saying I'm just looking at run defense. That's the one thing we complained about the previous 2 years, getting ran through.
Yeah, I'm glad you said.
And I'm gonna leave the last part off because I was about to say it, but I just stopped and ran through. Okay, except for Jonathan Taylor, which Jonathan Taylor he has our number. He does it to a few teams, but Jonathan Taylor,
yeah,
and then the group as a whole, but Lamar's one of special running backs. So you got 2 games. Other than those 2 guys, we hadn't given up a 100-yard rusher
until the last 2
weeks. That's what it is. You know, I mean, well, because even Kareem Hunt didn't go off on us. He got a couple touchdowns, but he didn't go off. So other than that, we went from the bottom to mid as a defense, but our run defense was our strength.
Yeah.
So you're saying we started
to
from
me,
the bottom?
Hey, we got grades for Murray and Lackville. They got Lackville got a B, Murray got a B. Larry Payton said B-. We need more pressure and depth. I mean, hey, the depth. To be honest, the depth interior, the interior depth was pretty damn decent with Khalil Davis and even Kurt Hinish. They played very, very solid. For Kurt Hinish being an undrafted rookie, and for Khalil Davis coming from the USFL and had been playing football for like damn near a whole year straight. And so shout out to those guys. Now I do agree that we lack depth on the edges. When Will Anderson and Jonathan Grenard got hurt, I mean we had to thank God we traded for or signed Derek Barnett, but Jerry Hughes, Lord, get him out of
retirement.
Out of paint. Go ahead and go and I don't know what Myjai Sanders was because all I seen on tape was him jumping in the air trying to pass rush. So
great.
We can move on from that, but I'll give the defensive line myself. I'll give them a B, and that's because of Jonathan Grenard and Sheldon Rankins and William.
What you got, Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a B. Give it A++ for Grenard. That's just for you, Jules. King William did his thing. He didn't, crush the stats or sack numbers, but he brought his A game. Malik Collins got his spin move going. Khalil Davis provided great depth. Definitely got to bring him back. I think he's a restricted free agent. Hinish did his thing as well. So, yeah, overall, I'd say a B. We definitely need to look to improve on the interior, get an upgrade. Oh, Sheldon Rankins, too, had a solid season. That was another nice Caserio special, but this free agency won't be completely Caserio specials. So we got that to look forward to.
Hey,
go ahead, Chris.
Well, I've got to give him. I will give him a B+.
Can you stop smacking?
I will give him a B. Man, these wings are on.
You
I put y'all on mute.
No, hold up. You like first it's like you eating. We used to that, and then you was like smacking. Then it got louder, and I'm like, "Come on,
guys!" They're gonna go to Jules next.
Let me go. I'll go while you finish that. So
hold on. I'll finish smacking.
Okay.
I will say this.
He said, "I'm finished making and commenced to smacking."
The guys played, I think, above and beyond our expectations. Especially Grenard, especially Rankins. I even think Hinish played above his pay grade. But I had to lower the grade because we sure gave up a lot of picks for that Will Anderson, man.
Oh shit!
We sure. I just had to say that. I had to say that for Larry from Stafford. and Sarge. That is for you guys.
And Auntie Swan.
And Auntie Swan.
I was going there too.
Did we get enough for our draft
Yeah,
picks?
my guy going to the Pro Bowl.
Did we get enough? He's an alternate.
Don't matter. He's a Pro Bowl.
Somebody
AFC
couldn't
South
place
champions,
him.
Brian.
Yeah, three times in a row, 9-7. No, I'm just joking, you guys. I think Will Anderson has really shown his worth on his team, and man, he's going to be a leader for years to come. His work ethic is only going to get better and stronger, and his influence on other people is going to get stronger. You can tell when he does his interviews, he's still a kid. He's still a kid at heart, and when he answers his questions, he hasn't matured all the way. So the day that he finally matures all the way, oh man, that kid is going to be pretty good, man. So he shut me up on this podcast. What day is today? 1:30. My birthday was Sunday, was the 28th.
It was? Oh,
Yeah.
happy belated birthday.
Yeah. Yes, thank you very much. But just to know that I was incomplete and I was wrong about my thoughts about Will Anderson. I don't think I was wrong about how much we gave up, but my thoughts that he was not that superstar of the talent, and he is that dude. He is a very talented guy. I'm glad we got him on our team. I'm glad we spent with what we got. We had to spend to get him. We had to spend it to get him. He's making our defense better, and we're only going to build around him. I hope we make a smart decision this year with Gennard, and we continue to build this defensive front, and I would give them guys a B+.
Jules.
I give him B-.
All right, moving on. Linebackers.
Hey, that's gonna be my best grade for the whole defense right there.
Hey, Toa, because Toa was on this linebacker.
Oh, don't you do it.
Toa knocked the grade down about 2 notches because, hey, Toa need to be gone, but that agenda is not gonna die.
He ain't never going nowhere.
So what's your grade, AD?
My grade is B-.
Go ahead, Swan. What's your grade?
Oh gosh. Okay, B-.
Hey.
Mike?
I'm gonna give it a B. Blake Cashman really balled out, really delivered. Shout out to Caserio for that trade. Christian Harris really came into his own in his second season. What's cool, AD?
Hey, roll tide.
You already know. Toto, we don't have to talk about that. Denzel Perryman had a solid season. Very, very cheap contract too. So overall, I'd give him a B.
Hey, Chris, what you got, Chris?
Hey, let me read off this while Chris getting situated.
I'm ready.
Larry Payne said he gave him a B. Harris balled out after being benched. That should have been some points deducted.
Correct.
Cashman was very good until he was injured. That should have been some points deducted. So I mean, hey, don't forget, the Hansons of the world.
All right.
Murray giving him a B+, and King Flocka said Christian Harris get an A+.
Chris, you gonna go?
Chris gonna give him a B.
What is that?
All right, so I'm gonna give him a C.
Oh,
you give him a C.
I give him a C.
Just stick with it. That's his grade. That's his scale.
All right. Moving
all right.
on.
I'm gonna let
All
my
right,
daughter.
you voted off, Joel.
I'm gonna let my special guest.
As a group, I mean, none of the guys were consistent through the whole year. Perryman missed just 2 games because he can't control his attitude. Toa don't know what he's trying to do. Christian Harris was slow to get to where he was now. Now he's on a level, but throughout the whole season, he had to figure things out. There's no depth behind the 2 guys that actually played decent well. And Blake Cashman is a glorified first linebacker off the bench, but he's just starting. So there's not a great linebacker core at all.
Hey, John B. Hey,
Are you ready?
That last sentence you said on this comment, because John B gave him a B minus. Toa never came around to me. Hey, he never will.
And he doesn't have to, but that's D'Amico's project, so he ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Go ahead,
That's
Chris.
what I'm saying.
Hey, so you saying Toa is the damn volcano that don't explode?
Okay, no, I'm gonna tell you what he is. He is your Rex Burkhead.
Oh, well, shit, get him. Oh, see that? Okay.
No, I'm saying that's what he's gonna be to you, because you'll be talking about every year why he's still on the team.
He didn't know he Alfred Blue.
Yeah, there you go.
Alfred Blue.
Yeah, Alfred Blue
What
for
up?
you.
What up, C-Roll special guest?
What's up, Chris?
Hey y'all.
Hey, that's my daughter, man, Kamaya Royal. She want to give my grade for the linebackers.
Coach Chris gives him a C.
Okay.
Yes.
Why I give him a C?
I don't know.
Okay, I give him a C. Thank you, Mama. I give him a C because she over here trying to eat up my Wingstop, y'all. That's what that was. I give him a C, and it's a crazy reason why. I attribute a lot of the success for those linebackers not to their talent and their abilities, but more towards D'Amico Ryans. I think D'Amico Ryans put those guys in the premier positions. Like when Toa played and came in the game, D'Amico was smart enough to recognize he was lacking and yanked his ass out after maybe 1 or 2 games. And he put Christian Harris back in his rightful position once he came back off of injury. And so he also switched from that 4-3 to a 5-2-2, a 4-2-2, which made the linebacker play much better because they was able to have faster dudes on the field like Harrison and Cashman, along with Desmond King. Desmond King would come on and play that third linebacker, like / hybrid spot. And then if needed to be where they started running on us and they started running because we was running the 4-2-2, they would switch back to the 4-3 and just put Perriman in the middle. So I contribute a lot of that success because they did pretty good this year, considering they didn't have much talent. And the reason being is because everybody knows D'Amico can turn a 4th, 5th round pick into an All-Pro or a Pro Bowl. So that's kind of why I gave him a B. And not a C. Yeah,
I thought you gave him a C.
Yeah, C. I mean a C and not a B.
At least somebody gave him on the same level I gave him. The rest
so
of
you downgrade them because D'Amico coached them so well?
Right. Well, that's going to be the reason why D'Amico gets the A+++.
Okay.
Because
spoiler.
He coached up them guys to be that good.
D'Amico, look, let me say this.
I will say 2 of the guys. I don't think he coached up Christian Harris. I think he.
He damn sure didn't coach up Toa, but okay.
Hold up. I guess when I say coach up, I see it a little bit different. Christian Harris had the talent. I think, and you watched on the sideline on the play when he told him what to do.
What exactly to do?
No. What I'm saying is teaching him. I don't feel like he coached him up. I think, to me, I saw more so teaching him and how to see things. And I feel like you see I would say different, because last year we saw the speed and we saw the instincts in Lovey's system last year. And to me, I felt like this one he had to find himself. It took him getting benched for him to kind of see it from the sideline and listening and so forth. And he stopped thinking and he just started reacting. And he played much looser. So to me, I feel like a coach up to me is a Cashman.
Yeah. Hey.
To me, I feel like you taking his raw talent in a way and you're unleashing him and you're putting him in a position to play the way he plays.
But it's like you said,
he's a bona fide starter. So to me, he's not a bench player. To me, he's not subpar where you're coaching him up.
He didn't start to get coached up.
In my opinion, the reason why they sacked Christian was because they at first believed so much in Toa coming out of college. And they wanted him
That's where you fucked up right there.
That's
I know,
where you fucked
actually,
up.
no,
All
I
right,
don't
we
think it
got
was they thought so much of
Yeah,
it. When you
hey,
watched him, but when you watched Christian Harris, he thought too much.
He was raw.
He was out of position, and it was like, damn, what the hell? Because I
then
questioned.
He got coached up.
Yeah, coached up.
Then he got coached up. He got taught, coached up.
You know who else got coached up? Our next section. I'm combining these two because we are delaying time. Cornerbacks and safeties. We're gonna say the secondary.
Oh man.
No, we can't do them
You
together.
gotta separate them.
Yeah, we do.
Why the hell we gotta say
because safeties are F.
I'm gonna tell you for reason for me because
the safeties are F.
So Houston Carson don't save nothing.
Don't save a damn thing.
No. Okay, I'll take it back. D-. You know, if we go do that, fine. D-. But yeah, I can't. No, we can't let the corners in there.
I can't do it.
The corners wasn't that much better.
Yes, they were.
It was Derek Stingley was a lot better.
I'm sorry. No,
it's a disservice to Stingley. If I give him the grade as a whole group.
Second half Steven Nelson.
Okay, but then you had second half Stingley. So you can say that group.
You also had Desmond King.
Right, came back. I'm sorry. They still were better. I don't know what to say about the safeties. I mean,
hey, we can leave it at that. We can't Mike G, what are your grades for the secondary corners and safety?
Yeah, for the safeties, I'll just give them the D. For corner, I'll give him a B-. Stingley, obviously. I mean, credit to Stingley. You know, I always knew he had the talent. The question was, could he stay healthy? And I mean, for the most part, he did, or at least second half of the season. You know, we said during one of our recent film review episodes, I'm like, hey, 21, can you do something for me? Well, he had one play. We don't have to bring him back. Nelson. Tavier, we don't have to bring him back. It was the Stingley show at corner, and that was pretty much it. Desmond King was okay. Safety was a mess. Petrie, we need to put Petrie in a position where he can actually excel. And Houston Carson, we should bring back in a depth role, but my God, we need some help on the back end.
Yep. Okay.
Petrie is the type of guy to me that instead of going home, and I know he's from Houston, but he will be at the facilities all off season trying to get better. I think he knows that he had a bad season. I think he knows he's going to sit up and soak up all the information he can from DeMeco and during the off season if he's allowed to. And I think he's going to come back a better person next year and a better player. He was right there on a lot of plays. He was a step off on a lot of plays. He made bad decisions on a lot of other plays too. But it's not like he's void of talent.
Oh, no.
Talent is not the issue with him. He gets in his head a little bit, He gets in his own mind, and he plays instead of reacts. And once he gets to the point where he's comfortable in this system, as opposed to being in Lovey's system, where they probably just gave him free reins to do whatever and didn't have him thinking as much, I think he's going to get down to where he doesn't think so much, and he's going to be able to react and be who he was in year one. Those other safeties, Jimmy Ward disappointed. Those other guys, Houston Carson needs to come back. All them other guys can go. And, you know, I hate to say it, Steven Nelson can go. I think you can find a better corner. If you're going to pay him $7-8 million a year, you might as well pay somebody else $10-11 million and have somebody that can lock down one side and Nelson can, Stingley can knock down the other. I would bring King back just because he shows up every night. He shows up like he's supposed to. He's not outstanding, but he's not a failure. And we just got to find another safety. So grade-wise, safeties,
a B.
Safeties, I would give a D. I would give a D minus, maybe even an F. Cornerbacks, I would give a B because I really think Stingley should have been a Pro Bowler.
Let me say this, Larry Payton, brother, if you was ever a teacher, I want to take your class. Because he got
Come on now.
Yeah, but he's talking about the.
Yeah, he said we did good on wide receivers except Amari Cooper. Struggled all year on tight ends. Stingley elevated to legit cornerback one. King saved the season.
See, I think he just graded the corners. He couldn't be adding the safeties in there.
I mean,
I know
not in the corners because
maybe he really meant corners.
I mean, not in the corners because if you go back there, I think the 8 games in a row, the corners and the safety gave up one big play every game. Yeah. They got beat every game with one. And it's
how many teams don't get beat?
But it's the same play though. It's the same play that keep getting beat deep.
You know what? Ain't the same play. We're not about to stay on the same slide. We moving on. To the front office grade.
Oh, we're not even gonna talk about Bill Burr.
No,
keep going. It's 9:36.
Special teams, man. Bill Burr and goddamn Kaimi both missed time this year, so they incomplete. As you see, we got the front office grades. The next three polarizing people with Nick Caserio, Cal, and Hannah McNair. Nick Caserio, what are y'all giving Nick Caserio grade?
I will give him a minus.
Hold on, Larry said I'm a professor at 2 universities. Hey, them 2. I need to sign up and go back to school.
Go ahead, Mike. What's your grade for Nick? A minus.
Professor.
He said he's a professor at 2 universities.
2.
Mike, you got your grade?
Well, if we had the other Mike on here, he'd give Caserio an F, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll give Caserio B+, and hell, I'll give Cal and Hannah B+ as well.
I give Cal and Hannah A-.
Hold on. Texas Fan Rehab say Jimmy locked up a game for us. Nelson locked up a game for us. Hey, negative.
Respect on the name.
We ain't putting.
We ain't gonna be on this team next year.
All right. I give Nick a A+, and I give the ownership a B-.
I give Nick a B+, and I give ownership an A+.
A-.
I don't think there's nothing else that the ownership could have done to all the stuff that they did. The humbleness that they had to listen to the right people this year. They made all the right moves. They've embraced the change in uniforms. They've embraced the change in culture. They've sat back and allowed D'Amico to be the coach. They've allowed Nick to be the GM. They've shown their face at every event that they could. Hannah has really stepped up Cal's PR abilities and his look on TV. She has really enhanced him as an owner. I bashed her at the beginning. I owe her an apology, her and Cal. I said Hannah had no business being in there making NFL decisions. She doesn't know shit about football. But the fact of the matter is, she knows how to get her husband and make him look in the best light that they can, and she did her goddamn job. The man was out there barbecuing, shaking hands, kissing babies, kissing little black babies and stuff, And when you can do that, when you can bring a city who blames you for all of the discourse that happened in this year, I think it did real good. So I get him an A+, man.
Go ahead.
Okay, we cannot be posting that. That is just foul.
Texas Fan Rehab say I give Hannah an A+.
Wow.
Go ahead, AD.
Hey,
that's bad.
I give Nick Caserio a B+. He ain't gonna get no A because we're not gonna talk about the reason why he's not gonna get an A because everybody knows why he's not gonna get an A. You know, starts with that number 3 pick, but going
The number
in
2 pick should get
Stingley?
him an A by himself.
no,
Is it because
no,
of Stingley?
GMs
no.
messed that up.
So, and I'm gonna give Cal and Hannah an A because they didn't fuck this shit up.
All right, next slide.
They did not fuck it up, and it was easy. It would have been so easy to fuck it up. They didn't fuck up the hiring of D'Amico Ryans. They didn't fuck up passing that piece of paper like that dude in draft day saying quarterback no matter what at 2. They didn't fuck it up. So shout out to Cal and Hannah McNair. Shout out, hopefully we get some more free burgers. I ain't gonna talk bad about them, but we get some more free burgers in all season again.
I want some no t-shirts.
Oh yeah, Swan, you be always get the t-shirts. But yeah, we all in all, they getting B+ and an A from me. And moving on to the coaches, we got a whole list of coaches. Of course, the 2 we talked about earlier, Bobby Slowick and Gerard Johnson. And then, of course, we got Frank Ross, our special teams coach, and Matt Burke, our defensive coordinator, and, of course, head coach D'Amico Ryans. So we'll start with the top of the head, and we'll go down to Frank at the bottom.
Pause.
A+ D'Amico.
I'll give D'Amico a B+.
Damn, Jules.
Man, black man got to work hard to get them grades.
I am not going to your class, Jules.
I'm telling you,
Man.
if Jules got a class, don't do it.
Jules feeling everybody. All you motherfuckers getting F.
You got to be Julian Davenport.
Hold on, what Denzel say on train day? Just say I'm putting F's on all you motherfuckers.
Oh, AD, you heard me?
Huh?
You got to be Julian Davenport to pass his class.
Oh,
Y'all can go. Y'all keep laughing. I can go down the line if you want me to and give me out the way.
yeah, I give you mine out the way. So I
Go
can
ahead.
finish. Okay, so as obviously, like I said, D'Amico A+, Bobby Slowick B-, Gerard Johnson A+, Matt Burke
Incomplete.
No, because he did it in partnership with D'Amico. So at this point, I mean, if I'm gonna give D'Amico an A+, I got to at least give him, based on like what he did.
You get a participation grade.
No, I'm saying, but his role. No, I would have to give him B+. And then for Frank Ross, A++.
Hey, Meg Burke, that kid that say, "Hey, in the group project, hey, can I sign my name? Can you put my name?
Put my name on the bottom.
Put my name on the project."
All right,
Will gives him credit, so I'm just saying is what he did with the defense. I still would say overall, I give him a B+. Frank Ross get A++ because he the only one that did his job all goddamn year long.
All right, I go down the road. I give D'Amico a B. I give Bobby a C. I give Gerard a B. I give Mike Burke a D. And I give Frank Ross a A.
I was about to say, man, you was looking a little racist of why the black men got high grades and the white men got the low grades.
No, he gave hold up. Frank Ross, white man, he gave him an A over the.
I know, but I'm saying that he was going in a row. It was black man, white man, black man, white man, and the black men got the high grades.
I need to know. Never mind.
Go ahead. Ask a question.
Ask the question, Swan.
No, it's 9:44.
You know, ain't no filter on here.
Nah, I'm just gonna ask. How Frank Ross get an A, but D'Amico only got a B? I'm just sorry. I understand that.
See, Frank Ross should get lower than an A for getting Shaq Griffin cut. Y'all don't want to talk about that.
Yep.
Mike G, what you got?
D'Amico. I'm still stuck on the D'Amico getting a B. I think Julius
the coach of the year getting a B,
and then he dropped him to a B during the segment, which is just. Is it going to be a C+ in a couple of minutes? B+. What are we doing? Bobby Slowick, I'll give a B+. Far from perfect, but I think he did a really good job implementing the Shanahan system. Gerard Johnson, I'm gonna give a B plus. It is great news, by the way. I know we touched on it in the intro, but it's great news that we got them both back. Matt Burke, I mean, you know, like y'all said, he just signed his name at the bottom. I don't know, B minus. And Frank Ross, I'll give a B plus. Special teams overall did well, so yeah.
Hey,
You ready?
No, Frank
Chris,
deserved the A. Think about it. We had 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown and 1 punt, or 2 punts and 1 kickoff return. I don't think we did that in the season since the Kubiak days.
hey, what you got, Chris?
I take these grades very seriously. Okay. I don't just throw them around and just, don't think about these quite extensively. The progeneration picks of the DeMeco Ryans era progenitively starts, with DeMeco Ryans receiving an A minus. And the only reason that I give him an A minus is because I hope that there's room to grow.
Correct.
He is NFL Coach of the Year for a reason.
Is that official?
More than coaching, more than coaching, on top of the great coaching that he did, he's a builder of men, and he's a builder of cultures. And he took a piece of shit excuse me, I don't want to say that. He took a piece of shit culture within the organization. He crushed it to the ground, burnt it, removed all the ashes and the fumes away from it, dusted the place out, brought his own guys in that we are now grading, and started a brand new culture that we can build upon that is now almost the envy of half of the NFL. There's at least 6-7 teams that wanted our OC. As soon as our defensive line coach got released, somebody picked him up. So I give him an A minus. I hope that he can grow within his own systems. I hope he can continue to adjust. Bobby Slowick, I give a B minus, because he really needs to grow. But to come in as a rookie offensive coordinator, never have done it before in your life, but to come in and to take over a team and pull away with 11 wins is truly amazing with a rookie quarterback. And to be able to do it with the guy named Jerron Johnson, who also deserves a B plus or B minus, who both have room to grow, who both rookies, coordinators and rookie quarterback coaches. Not so much Johnson, but I'm glad that they stuck them 2 guys together, and I'm glad that they're staying. I'm glad that they're growing. I believe that what they did was they gave them boys both more money, and I think they wrote into their contracts that, hey, Mr. Slowick, we'll keep you here another year. We'll make you competitive pay until you're ready to leave. If you want to stay, you can. But Jared Johnson, the moment that Bobby Slowick leaves, this is your offense. You will become the next OC of the Houston Texans. Kind of how it was done for Gerard Mayo. So I give both of them a B minus because I hope they grow more. Matt Burke, I give a D. The only reason I give Matt Burke a D is because we was told that Matt Burke was supposed to call the defense, that DeMeco was not going to have to worry about that. And we watched into the first 2, maybe 3 preseason games of Matt Burke calling the defense, and it just didn't work out. And then we saw DeMeco take over the ownership of the defensive play calling, and it really changed and made a difference.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Correction on that. DeMeco said back in the town hall he was calling the defense. So.
Oh, he said he was going to call it.
Yes.
He did say that.
So I think he let Matt Burke do it in the preseason for experience, but it was never for him to do it in season. But you can still give him that grade. Well, I just want to correct that.
That needs to be corrected then. If that is the case, then I don't know what to give Matt, because I don't know what the fuck he did.
Not a damn thing.
I think somebody posted that saying, "What does he do?"
You're right. Like, I mean, and I'm not being anything against him because he probably has a big responsibility. Because when D'Amico's talking or when he's standing on the sideline, Matt Burke is the one that's talking to the offense. I mean,
think he
he's
probably does the
talking
game
to the
plan.
defense.
I think he probably helps with game planning it,
right,
not the week kind of thing.
Correct.
And then they go over it. It's like, okay, he may tweak it, but unlike our previous regime, where somebody spent all week letting the OC do all the work and then on Saturday change it up.
and I think you're completely right. Like when D'Amico has to go do head coach job duties, then Matt Burke is the DC, and he takes over organizing the defensive side of the ball in the meeting rooms and on the practice fields.
Yeah.
So he did his part. I will change his grade to a C, just because I'm not sure what he's done. Specifically, Frank Ross, of course, you give him an A. He was an A. Did he win assistant coach of the year or anything like that? Special teams coach of the year?
No, he didn't win shit, and that's why he don't get the grade he deserves.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck them because they. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No awards have been announced yet.
So Nico Ryan's potentially coach of the year, NFL coach of the year. He's going to get an A. Bobby Slowick is going to get a B. And if half the Xverse is going to say he get that grade because of CJ Stroud, and the other half is going to say he a genius, and that's why he got the B. Gerard Johnson is going to get an A just because of the development of CJ Stroud. He did his job to the fullest and did it so well that he got 8+ interviews for an OC job. So yes, Gerard Johnson gets an A. D'Amico Ryans gets an A. Matt Burke gets an F because he's a jag, just a guy. And Frank Ross gets a C. And Frank Ross gets a C because we got lucky on the punt return and the kickoff return. Swan, ain't no way in hell that you can dial it up that goddamn Andrew Beck is gonna run back multiple touchdowns.
That's exactly how they planned it.
No, not draw it up. Here's my thing is because the other team's special team didn't cover is not my fault. But
you can't credit him for them fucking up. They fucked up. He didn't fuck up.
Okay, but his group was consistent. I'm just saying the entire year.
What about the Amendola game, Swan?
Amendola wouldn't play this past year.
Anytime Darway Iguodala.
I'm grading him off of this year. This year,
Amendola did play this year.
You're talking about the kicker. The kicker.
Oh, that. Okay. I blame that. No, I blame that on Nick and them.
Yeah.
They signed that dude. That's on them.
And look, what about Zedner, the punter that they couldn't point for 20 yards?
Who signed off on that?
Shit, he did.
Caserio Caserio
Frank Ross signed off on the players just like he Swan. You want to know how I know this true? That Frank Ross signed off on him because goddamn, he the one that got Shaquille Griffin off the team.
Okay, see, you know what? So we going with Shaq Griffin telling us that he got kicked off the team.
What he got a lot for?
Save face because he got kicked off the Jags. They got rid of him.
Larry Payton say O-line coach was the MVP.
Well, not according to Jules. He said that's incomplete.
Hey, all in all, man, the coaching
you can't get
staff,
no A for incomplete.
The coaching staff overall gets a B+.
They overachieved.
They overachieved, but I mean.
But I told y'all they was gonna make the playoffs. But okay.
Chris said it too. So hey, shout out, to everybody. I want to shout out my boy Larry and Stafford. Charged my mind, not my heart. Larry was supposed to be on with us, but charged my mind, not my heart, Larry. Larry and Stafford. But other than that, man, any final overall season grade for the
I got some grade.
I got one too. Go, Chris.
I got a grade
for the whole season, Chris.
Yeah.
What do you give?
Twitter fan grade. You motherfuckers get an F. I hate you motherfuckers, man. Oh, y'all are so angry all the time, man. The drop of a dime, everybody's pissed off one way or the other. What hashtag gotta be right? Oh my God, man. Who cares about Will Anderson? Who cares about those picks? Who cares about this and that? Let's enjoy this season, man. Let's enjoy this. Yeah.
You literally were complaining about the picks earlier.
No, I was complaining about the picks at the beginning of the year. I let it go. I let it go, and then people kept harassing me about it, tagging me and adding me and adding me and adding me. And I was like, God damn, man. Okay, what you want me to say? And I finally said it, and then people still, well, Chris, what do you think about that? Does it, okay, all right. I love you too, man. My bad. He's worth the picks. So he's worth the picks. Let's move on. I think I get intense when it comes around to the football stuff. I think a lot of other people do too. But it's just football, man. I'm glad we got the squad that we got. We're moving forward. This off season is gonna be fun. Right now we got Senior Bowl. So I give the Texas Twitter fans a D-.
What do you give the Houston Texans overall?
The Houston Texans overall?
Yes, Chris.
A-. To go from 3-13 to where we're at now, second round of the playoffs. I think that was fucking awesome, man. I think that was the greatest turnaround that a lot of people have seen in a long time. It gave excitement every weekend. It brought joy back to your barbecues. It brought joy into them stadiums. I wasn't throwing shit at the television or anything like that this year. It was just a pure joy to watch this team come back together and win football games. I give them an A- because I think we can do better next year and go further in the playoffs.
I want to give a grade out.
Go ahead, Swan.
I want to give a grade out to Texans fans and NRG. I want to give you a D- up until the last couple of weeks because that stadium looked kind of raggedy. At times, it took too long. The playoff game was the first time that it was filled up when you're ready to kick off. And it was as loud as it was in that playoff game. Before then, now his thing is, it's not the first one coming to the game because the tailgate in the parking lot was full. It was back. So folks say we not back. No, they were back. But it was kind of like I'm waiting to see. And that frustrated me because the fact that each week CJ had to keep pointing out, come on, guys. And it's kind of like we are waiting for somebody to snatch, like Lucy with the football. It's like kind of like we're waiting for something bad to happen because there's something always bad happens that we were afraid to believe again and trust again. And I hope what we saw in the Cleveland game is what we will see starting week 1 next season. So we need to step it up. We got our guy. We got our coach. Get new unis. So all you folks save your money. Because, hey.
Hey, John B. say it's a bunch of churchgoers. Hey.
No. Excuse me. I didn't have season tickets until 2017. But I went to half of the games because it was just expensive buying those suckers secondary. But I'm sorry. You swear we must have some heathens that were supporting us from 2002 to 2019. 2019 because COVID.
Well, this is the thing too. For the last 2 years, especially this year, except the last game, every game was at 12 o'clock.
But all our games were always 12 o'clock. We only had like maybe 1 or 2 that were 3 o'clock if we paid somebody on the West Coast. We never had a problem selling out. So apparently had a bunch of heathens from 2002 to 2017, 18, because church didn't have nothing to do with it.
You just go to early service and get up out of there. But now, Mike G, go ahead and give your grade, and Jules, give yours so we can wrap it up.
Yeah, I was kind of tripping out when I saw fans, the Browns game showing up in the second quarter. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we're on the brink of a playoff run here. Yeah, I give the fans stadium, I don't know, a C. And I'm going to give Jules' grading for this a D. I'm sure he's downgraded D'Amico to a C at this point. But no, I appreciate everybody tuning in. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Jules.
What up?
He went to sleep.
I'm here.
I need your grade, your overall Texan grade.
Overall Texas grade, I give Texas overall a B minus.
A B minus, Jesus.
Whoa.
Hey,
it was a B. Overall. It was a B.
B plus overall.
All them D's and incompletes and everything.
Hurry up before he changes his mind.
Yeah.
Hey, my grade overall is gonna be an A, because just like everybody said before, we weren't supposed to be here. We won the division. Not only did we make the playoffs, we won the division, won double-digit games, made the playoffs, won a playoff game, made it to the second round. And we was 2 quarters away from getting to the damn AFC Championship game. So, all in all, man, that got to be an A, regardless of all the other bullshit that happened during the season, around the season, bad coaching decisions, bad signings, and all that. And all in all, with all that going on, we still made it to the second round of the playoffs, double-digit wins, AFC South champs, Ryan. So that's all I got.
Good show, fellas.
I appreciate everybody tuning in, everybody watching. We will be back next week with another episode, different topic. Don't forget to join us on the Spaces on Mondays for Hypothetical Mondays.
Yes.
We're going to be doing a Hypothetical Monday show every Monday, basically throwing all kind of scenarios and all if, ands, or buts, or what ifs. Y'all just bring it to the table. Come on the Space, join us. Y'all just tune in. Follow the H-Town Rundown Twitter page or X page. Follow the H-Town Rundown on Instagram. And follow the H-Town Rundown on YouTube as well for all your notifications, updates, and everything like that. Go ahead and check us out. Hold on. John P. say 2 quarters away still hurts. Hey, but all in all, man, I appreciate everybody joining in, tuning in. Larry Payton, John B, Texan Fan of Rehab, Murray, all of those in the chat. King Flocka, Lagville, LJ Allen, Preston.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, man.
Killer Cal, Jacoby.
Killer Cal.
All our regulars, man. They come in. T-Real, and of course, Ruben, the 713 Houston Sports. Appreciate all y'all for coming in the chat, commenting, and again, like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, everybody that's watching. And this is, I want to
send a shout out to Swan. Thank you for coming on, Swan.
Of course, shout out Auntie Swan for coming back in the building. Shout out Jules. Shout out my co-host, huh? Go ahead, Swan. What?
I said thank you.
Yes, and I want to shout out my co-host, Jules St. John, Ceiling Fan Royal, C-Royal, and of course Mike G. I want to shout out all y'all. Appreciate y'all. And this has been another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and we will see y'all next week.
Next week, baby.
Mock drafts.
No.